Hello students, this is Ujjwala Bhandiwad, lecturer from KLS Gokte PU College of Commerce and Science, Belagavi. In the last class, we have started with the chapter number 4, that is software concepts. In that we have learned about the operating system, types of operating system. Okay, so today we will be discussing about the types of operating system in detail. Actually, the operating systems are classified into 5 different categories as shown here. First one is single user operating system. Example we have already taken, that is disk operating system is example for single user operating system. Second one is batch operating system. Third one is multi-programming operating system. Multi-programming operating system is again divided into 4 different categories. That is multitasking, multi-user, time sharing, real-time systems. Okay. Then fourth one is distributed operating system, and finally we have network operating system. So first let us understand, already we have learned last class the single user operating system, we have learned about that. Now we will be concentrating on multitasking operating system. Okay. Before I tell you multitasking, let me understand what is multi-programming operating system means. Multi-programming means earlier the computer systems, they were executing one program at a time. See, whatever program it may be, they were executing only one program at a time. They were executing. But later, after certain modification, now the computer system will execute 2 or more programs at the same time. Okay. So this is the ability of the CPU to execute 2 or more programs at the same time, and this capability we call it as multi-programming operating system. Okay, so what is multitasking then? Multitasking means here 2 or more programs are executed concurrently. Concurrently means what? One after another they will be executing, but we will be not knowing. Okay, we will feel that as though our program is executing, but they will be executing one after the another, simultaneously they will be executing. Okay, hence multitasking operating system is also known as context switching operating system. Okay, example we can see here is Windows 98 operating system. Next category of multi-programming operating system is multi-user operating system. Multi-user operating system means, see, actually it supports, the name only tells, it supports various users. Means it creates and maintains individual user environment, individual authentication and security levels. Okay, it here many users can use this operating system at the same time. Okay, here resources such as IO devices, IO means input output devices, and files are shared among multiple users. Multiple means various users. Many users are connected through the network. Okay, for example I can see here Linux operating system, and second example is Unix operating system. These are the example of multi-user operating system. Okay, next comes time sharing operating system. Okay, time sharing operating system enables many people located at various terminals to use the particular computer system at the same time. Means what will happen? See, the people may be located at a different places, but they can connect to only one particular computer at the same time. Many people can connect to the same computer at the same time. Okay, how it is possible? the central processing unit or our processor is there, its time is shared among the multiple users. Okay, and it is termed as a time sharing. Means how it will be done, many people are connected. Okay, then CPU's time will be distributed among many users. The each user will feel that he is using the computer, his own computer. Okay, so this type of concept is known as time sharing operating system. Here every user will receive a portion of the CPU's time slot, where it will be used such operating system where the large text processing occurs, there time sharing operating system is being used. Okay, for example we can give again Unix operating system. One more example we can give is Windows Server. Next comes real-time systems. See, what is real-time systems means? These are used where large number of events must be accepted and processed in a very short period of time. Example, telephone and you can say switching equipments, flight control, military applications. See, a real-time system, what will happen? Some data should be accepted and it should be processed, and calculation should be done very quickly, and immediately the response has to be transferred. For example, in case of military applications, okay, where so many you can say or you can say in a science and research where the space aircraft, okay, will be launched and it has to go and place in a specific orbit, the calculation has to be done very quickly and it has to go in a correct way only. In such situation, the necessity of our real time system arises. Okay, so one more thing we can give here example is our telephone and switching equipment and flight control. See, flight control means like how normally whenever there is more vehicles are traveling, there will be one controlling station which will control the speed of the vehicle on the road. Similarly, when flights are traveling through air, there should be one center, okay, and that center will send the signals to the flight to travel in a specific direction. Otherwise they may again damage, you can say they may collide and that damage themselves. That should not happen. Hence we usually have that ATC, okay, air flight controlling room we call it as. There all such signaling calculations, which route is occupied by which flight, everything will be calculated and intimated to the next flight, so the next flight can take this different route. Okay, such a mechanism where it is required, their real time systems are required. Okay, they are too fast and they are accurate also. Next comes distributed operating system. Okay, everybody know distributed operating system. Here our processor means CPU, IO devices, memory are shared without the knowledge of the user. Okay, see, just let me give you one example, that is our ATM full form is automatic teller machine. Okay, these are installed by the bank. Why they have been installed? To help the people to perform the banking transactions, such as to know their balance, to withdraw the money, to deposit the money, to check the balance, etc. Okay, so these ATMs uses this distributed operating system. Here the main center, you can say processing center, will be located in one location. It is not used by the user, but all the different, you can say, ATMs where it is installed, no, controlled by that center. Okay, about this user will not be aware. User goes, perform the transaction, and he will come back. Like that, daily how many users will be using? So all these, keeping the track, maintaining the security level, all these things are performed at the center, and in that center distributed operating systems will be utilized. Okay, so this is about the distributed operating system. So here we have completed all the different types of operating system. Sorry, last one more is there, that is network operating system. Usually here user will log in from the remote machines, okay, and copy the files from one location to another location without any necessity to travel. See, suppose the user is located in one city, okay, say city, any city as X, then he want to send the file to another city, say Y, then he can transmit. But it is possible when his computer is connected through some network. Okay, such operating system we call it as network operating system. Example we can give here, Microsoft NT Technology and Unix operating system are the examples for network operating system. Okay, network means what? More computers are connected together. All these computers need not be in one location. They may be situated in a different locations. Now at the last, we will study about the interfaces provided by the operating system. Okay, usually operating system provides user interface to interact with the computer. Okay, then there are two different types of operating system interfaces are there. One is CUI and second one is GUI. CUI full form is, you can see here, command line user interface. Okay, and second one is graphical user interface. Okay, CUI is command line user interface, GUI is graphical user interface. So these two interfaces are provided by the operating system. Okay, now usually question will be asked, write the difference between CUI and GUI. Okay, for 3 mark questions will be asked. So let us understand what is the difference between CUI and GUI. First difference is user must type the commands. See, in case of CUI, user, now how we go, we work with the computer, we just take the mouse, we click on the menus, we select some particular option. That is not possible in case of CUI. User has to type the command. Commands means some instructions, whatever instruction you want to perform, that has to be typed. Okay, but in case of GUI, user must click on icons and menus. Yes, user can just go near computer, he can click on whatever menu or whatever option he want to click, he can just click on them. Second difference is user must remember the commands. Yes, since there is only typing mechanism is available, user should remember all the instructions, what operation he has to perform, all the set of instructions or commands he has to remember in case of CUI. But in case of GUI, user need not remember any of the commands. Yes, because user just goes, take the mouse, select any options, okay, clicks on the option, that is possible. So he need not have to remember any commands. Third difference is mouse operation is not available in case of CUI. Okay, we have to type all the commands, no? So there is no mouse operation is available. But in case of GUI, mouse operation is required to select any particular command. Command means options. Okay, to select them we require a mouse. Last difference is here in case of CUI, you cannot be used for multitasking. Multitasking means if I want to perform more than one operation at a time. That is not possible in case of CUI, but in case of GUI, multitasking we can perform. Okay, so this is the difference. Finally, example I need to tell. Example for command line user interface is DOS full form is disk operating system, whereas here in case of GUI, example is Windows operating system. So students, all these 5 differences with their example you have to remember for 3 marks. Okay, this is the important question. Now finally, let us recall with a few questions. Okay, first question is, what is an operating system? Explain the types of operating system. Just now we have elaborated the various types of operating system. Question is asked for 5 marks, then all the 5 different categories with example you need to write it down. Okay. Second question is, mention any 2 mobile operating system. See, everybody nowadays uses the mobile, but give an example. One mark question it is. Example for mobile operating system is Android operating system and Symbian operating system. Okay. Third question is, what are the language translator? Explain them briefly. Already we have learned computer doesn't understand our language. It only understands is a machine language. So hence our language should be translated into machine language. Okay. So hence translators are required. So I already we have discussed about it. So you have to explain it for 3 marks. Next final question is, what are the functions of operating system? Already we have discussed the 4 to 5 different types of functions of the operating system. You have to remember for 3 marks. So students, here your concepts of the software as well as types of operating system, this 4th chapter gets completed. Okay, so in the next class we will be covering with the new chapter. Thank you.